These medics were trained to treat patients. Now, many of them are also victims. In these dust-filled wards, they are trying to move hundreds of patients because they say Israel ordered them to leave the hospital, an allegation Israel has denied. Most of the patients are in critical condition. The medical workers say they are suffocating because of smoke from the continuous attacks while they are trying to evacuate. They simply don't know where to go because there is no safe place in Gaza.
Infants and newborn babies are left without oxygen. It is nothing but a medieval cave. It is no longer a hospital. The occupation forces draw the medical teams out of the hospitals. On the road, I can see very appalling scenes. Dozens of dead bodies scattered all over the road. We can't walk among the dead bodies.
For more than 6 weeks, these scenes have been a daily occurrence as Israel's relentless bombardment of residential areas and hospitals continues. After days of bombing the hospital's vicinity, Israel raided it and released this video, with no substantial evidence supporting the Israeli claim of Hamas using the hospital as a, quote, command center. But 8 days of constant attacks on the hospital has killed at least 51 patients, including 4 premature babies.
The 4th newborn baby was killed this morning. He died, and I myself buried him in the mass grave of the hospital's yard. He was one of the last fallen martyrs.
Israel also bombed the hospital's outpatient children's clinic. Most of the dead are children and women. In this relentless bombardment, the medics have been forced to do the impossible: leave the hospital and leave their patients behind.
The medical staff and all those inside the hospital were forced to leave in a single line waving white flags. Before we left, we did all we can. We left some solutions, other IV injections for the remaining patients. We hope they will be evacuated.
Many of the victims moved from the north of Gaza to the south, an area declared safe by Israel. But the attacks came to the south too. With no fuel and no electricity, dozens of hospitals attempted to withstand the devastating Israeli attacks. 650 wounded people have now left Shifa hospital. They hope to be moved to makeshift hospitals. But more than 100 who were unable to move due to their critical condition, including dozens of infants, are left behind with only a few medical workers. Many wonder if any of them will survive. Resul, Serdar, Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.